What are you guys going to be doing here today?
We took those 2 trees down yesterday, and I think we're removing these 2 today.
You have a permit?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
It's in the bucket truck, or it might be in that truck there.
I want to see it.
Okay. Let's go.
Who signed the permit?
I'm not sure. I'm not the foreman on that job.
Okay.
You can talk to those guys there. They know.
Do they have the permit, or do
they may.
I need the permit.
I know we have a copy of the permit.
Okay, and let me see the permit.
It's in that truck over there. The one with the chip.
What are you going to be doing here today?
Working.
What are you going to be doing here today, please? Do you have a permit? May I see the permit, please? Can I see the permit, please? What's your name, please? Who are you working for? You want the police called? Do you have a permit?
Pull the permit.
Do you have a permit? Let me see it. If you have a permit, I want to see it. Show me the permit, please. Okay, I need the permit.
1 second.
Remove 1 tree.
See the second page?
Second page on the back.
There's nothing there. Remove 1 tree. You can remove 1 tree. You remove that. You removed 2 trees yesterday. Where's the permit to remove these trees? You have the authority to remove 1 less tree than you removed.
Give me a second.
All right. So you don't have a permit. You shouldn't have removed 2 trees yesterday. You don't have a permit. You should not have.
On the phone with you?
I'm sorry, what?
On the phone for you?
Is that the borough president?
Yes.
Hello?
He's saying that.
Okay, who am I talking to?
1 tree that's on city property.
Who?
We don't need a permit for them.
Because it's on private property.
Justin? Do you have a last name, Justin? Justin Walker. Who do you work for? Okay, I've worked with Bartlett Tree in the past. Now you have to have a permit to take down these trees. You have a permit to take down 1 tree. You took down 2 yesterday. You cannot take down any more trees with a permit to take down 1 tree. I am Michael White. I am a citizen of Brooklyn. I am with Citizens Defending Libraries, and you cannot take down trees without a permit. The permit you have is to take down 1 tree. You took down 2 trees yesterday. You took down 2 trees on city property. You need a permit to take down trees on city property. This property is owned by the city of New York. There has been no transfer of title. You need permits to do this work. Send your men home. Send your men home. Shall I relay your instructions to go home? Okay, I am relaying the instructions. You are going to tell them not to take down trees without a permit. They do not have a permit to take down trees on city land. They are on city land. These trees are on city land. You are taking down trees in Truth Park. It is on city land. The city owns the land. You have a permit to take down 1 tree and you took down 2. So tell them to take their trucks, go away, come back and do this another day with a permit if it's ever issued. This involves the destruction of a library. This is a federal depository library. Do you want your children to lose their libraries? So our project manager is going to come talk to me. You ever go to a library, sir? You ever go to a library? You know that you're destroying a library here? Look, I know Bartlett Trees has done good work. I've worked with them, but this is atrocious. You shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be involved in it.
All right. You gotta. That's why I get. Okay, you can call your boss. We're gonna get back to work. Yeah, outside. We have a permit for.
You don't have a permit. You have a permit for 1 tree. You took down 2. Now you've already overused your permit.
Sorry, that's not.
You took down 1 tree. You took down 2 trees with a permit that said you could take down 1. Now please get out of here.
Okay, that's. Sir, could you please call the police department or 311, not us? Taking your issue up.
We're getting them here.
Okay, start up. Take the tree down.
Do not take the tree down. You want your truck ruined?
Are you threatening to ruin our property?
Are you threatening to do something illegal?
We're not going to do anything.
If you're going to do something illegal, then we have to have some self-help here. Now, don't do anything illegal. You don't have a permit. I asked you to show me the permit. You have a permit for 1 tree. You took down 2.
I'm more than happy to explain it to you. Can I explain it to you?
Fine. Go ahead and explain it. This is city-owned property. This is all city-owned property.
First, I'm going to ask you not to threaten us on harming our equipment or us. The permit we have is for 1 tree that's on city property. That's on private property. We are taking the trees.
This is all on city property.
I'm sorry, sir.
This is all on city property.
Okay, I do suggest if you want, call 311, call 911. You can do whatever you like. Please.
This is all on city property.
I understand. It's not with us.
It's on city property.
It's not with us.
You need a permit to take it down. It's on city property.
Okay. All right. Here, let me talk to Justin.
All right, so you've got that filed now? It's Brooklyn, corner of Tillery and Clinton. Tillery and Clinton and Cadman, the intersection of the Cadman Plaza, West Tillery Street and Clinton Street. Clinton, like the one who ran for president. If you take down a tree and it's illegal, it's treble damages.
That's fine.
It's treble damages.
Whatever it is, it's not with me.
It's treble damages.
Okay. Please just go take care of what I have to do. We'll get that side over there.
You cannot take down these trees without a permit. Okay, you got it? Well, right, if you want, it's just Cadman Plaza West and Clinton Street. Hillary turns into Cadman Plaza West. C-A-D-M-A-N Plaza West. Right.
Yeah, I know. Why not? He's shooting pictures of me. I might as well shoot pictures of him. This way. Smile.
I'm sorry, what's not coming up? 260 Cadman Plaza West. I'm sorry, no what?
There's a big hole in the floor on the third floor.
No, Cadman, C-A-D-M-A-N.
It's a guy maybe about
C as in cat.
on the guardrail.
I'm Michael White.
With your back.
Right. Come on, guy. Don't take it. You don't have a permit.
You do have a permit.
You don't have a permit.
If you destroy
You're telling me you don't need a permit. You don't have a permit.
asbestos. I'm not sure why he's got a video.
They'll show you the permit. They have a permit to take down one tree, and they took down two yesterday. This is city-owned land.
The permit is for one tree, one at a time.
They took down two trees yesterday.
Please not interrupt me.
Back up.
Please.
Go in.
Okay, you gotta stop. You have to stop them. They've been doing all sorts of things without permits. They've been doing, this is the same building where the construction debris was flying off the roof. Remember, that was News 12.
Right.
So that would be a good report for News 12 to follow up that they're taking down trees without permits, and you gotta stop them.
They don't need permits for these
This
trees
is
right here.
city-owned land. They need
private
permits.
property.
It's not private property. No, the developer hasn't bought it yet. That's one of the issues. Developer has not been able to close on his financing because of the criminal investigation. You know how much it would cost to replace these trees? These are what people refer to as like trophy trees. To bring in a tree like this, people pay tens of thousands of dollars. Cut down a tree, it takes tens of thousands to replace a tree like this, or you got to take all the time that it takes to grow them. They don't have a permit. They're rushing it because they want to destroy the property to make it more likely that they can get the approvals that they need. City owned. The developer never closed on the property. They need permits. No, they're just trying to do it. Because we've been tracking it. We're citizens defending libraries. They don't have the property. The developer has had problems getting his financing.
have to be in the
What
safety zone.
documentation were
I
you
don't want
shown?
you to get hurt when they start.
Why are
cutting
you
down the tree.
ushering me off when you don't
Sir.
have documentation?
Sir, I need you to
What
move
is the
back.
documentation?
Move back.
What is the documentation? What is
Keep
the
moving.
documentation?
Keep moving.
What is the documentation?
Where is the safety zone going to be?
Where?
All right, so
What
let's
is the
get it- let's get it
documentation?
taped up.
What is the documentation that they have the right to do this? This is city-owned property. They need a permit,
Okay.
right? And they don't have a permit. They have a permit for one tree. They took down 2 trees.
Behind the fence line, it's private property.
No,
They have-
that is city-owned property. Did they show you that it's private-owned property? It's not. It's city-owned property. The developer has not been able to get it from the city.
As far as we can prove, it's private property.
It is city-owned property. Did they show you anything that says that it's privately owned property?
Sir?
They didn't.
Yes.
They didn't.
Okay. We're going to set up the safety zone. We need you to stay behind the safety zone.
You did not
Okay,
see
if you-
documentation.
sir, you can
You
call
saw
311,
documentation that they
you can
do
call
not have the permits to
Department
take
of
down these
Buildings, if
trees.
you like, you can call whoever you like. Call the Department of Buildings. Call 311.
You do not have. You should not be letting them do this. They don't have. They haven't shown you the documentation.
Sir, the
They
police
may have
told
been
us
very
that.
nice to you,
Kids,
but they don't.
cut-
They didn't show you the documentation. Lucy, where are we?
Where's your safety net? Let's get it set up.
Here to the
Yeah, but start here.
I'm sorry. What?
You want it right here, right?
It's not the Parks Department. It's not the Parks Department. It's Bartlett Trees working for a private owner, for the developer. It's not. It's the developer.
You go along the street here. Go along the street here.
It is the developer who's cutting the trees down, and he doesn't have a permit.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, they're gonna take these smaller branches down before they get the big stuff.
Okay, the borough president is saying only the Parks Department can determine that these trees can be cut down because they are city-owned trees. Borough president's office, city-owned trees, only the Parks Department can determine. I'm sorry, what?
You guys have me on?
Yep.
We're gonna hang out there.
Someone from the Parks Department is en route right now to stop this, okay? So, someone from the Parks Department is en route to stop
We're
this.
not gonna repeat it over and over again.
Okay, but someone,
Alright,
you
alright, but you
can't
need to
let
move
this.
back.
Okay, you've got
Alright,
a
but you
Parks
need to move
Department
back.
person coming. You
Okay.
got to let them
All right, they
stop
could come.
them.
They could
Stop
come.
them. Stop them, or I have to stop them.
No, I'm gonna stop you.
Stop them. You can't.
Just take a step back from me, please.
Do me a favor, move back, all right?
Wait a minute. You're going to let them. You've got someone from the Parks Department.
Okay, they
Someone
could come, but I
when
need
is the
them to
Parks
stay back.
Department person?
You're
They're
not
en route.
stopping
They're en
anybody.
route.
Okay, let them come.
Parks Department.
They could come.
Officers, only the Parks Department
Okay,
can
that's fine.
determine whether these trees can be
I
cut
just
down
need to
because
move back.
they're
I'm not gonna repeat
on
myself
city-owned
over
property.
and over again, okay?
Only the
Say
Parks
that it's
Department.
an NY City Park. Most city parks have a sign stating that it's a New York City park.
No,
This is part of the library. This is a private.
this is city-owned property. That's the important thing.
Well, where does it prove that? There's no sign. Every New York City park has a New York City Park sign on it.
I didn't say it's a city park.
You just told me that it was a city park 3 times, sir.
No, I said the Parks Department has jurisdiction because it's city-owned property.
The city marks their property. With
This
city
is
property.
city-owned property. The city-owned property. This is a city-owned library.
The property is owned
City
by-
owns most of the libraries in the city. This is a city-owned
Library's
library.
coming back. They're
Pardon?
renovating the library. The library's coming
City
back.
owns the library. The developer has not been able to buy the library.
The library's coming back in the new building.
The developer has, and that's a bunch of bullshit. But the developer doesn't own the property. It's city-owned. He has not been able to get it from the city. Okay, they're cutting limbs off, and unless I get myself arrested by. They're doing this without a permit. Yep. Yep. The trees are owned by the city. And the borough president's office is sending the Parks Department over right now.
But they didn't just decide today to come here and cut down trees. They obtained building permits, and they
don't have permit. They have a permit for one tree, and they took down 2. So that tree, permit has been more than used. Now they're working on a 3rd tree, and you're letting them do it without a permit. Yes? Can you call your commanding officer, please?
Our boss is on the scene right now.
Would you please call your commanding officer?
He's on the scene right now.
Okay,
On the scene.
The commanding officer, I guess, is someone here who's on the scene. Who is that?
Sergeant.
Okay, this is Sergeant Garband, is that right?
He's a police officer, sir. Yes.
From the 84th?
Yes.
Who's the commanding officer? Not Garband? With a white shirt somewhere? He's on the scene. Let's get him here. He needs the information I gave you. Your commanding officer, hello, are you the commanding officer? Who's the commanding officer? Please call the commanding officer if the commanding officer is not on the scene. Who? This is the 84th. Yes. Yeah, I've tried to get her. I've emailed her and texted her, and her voicemail is full. Yeah, I mean, I can't type very well. There's the Brooklyn paper. So please call your commanding officer. Please call your commanding officer and convey what I just told you. Parks Department, at the request of the borough president, is coming here.
Have them call the police. If this is true, I don't know who you're
about this tree. So now they've taken down 3 trees. So they've taken down 3.5 trees. They've taken down 3.5 trees.
Let's see, where's the report type? 7, 8. You taking out the stump too? Yeah. This was the 17-inch plane here. Sure. Okay. Well, let me talk to this gentleman. So where do you think the trees where are the other trees you're saying they took down are?
On the other side. And they're taking down the one here, and this is city-owned property because the developer has not been able to close on his financing because of the criminal investigation of the pay-to-play scandal.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about that. So.
Okay, but all right, so it's city-owned property. They do not have permits to take down the trees on the city-owned property.
Okay. What I'm telling you is I don't believe that the Parks Department has jurisdiction over public library streets. But I realize it's all...
It's city-owned property.
Go around this way. Sorry, thank you. I understand what you're saying.
It's city-owned property.
I accept that the public library is on city property, but there are different agencies and different divisions, different jurisdictional authority.
And they take trees down on city property without a permit.
I mean, officially no, but the library property wouldn't require a permit from the Parks Department.
They do not have a permit to take down these trees.
Okay, so these are the other 2 you're talking about.
That's correct.
All right, I'll call my supervisor. So it appears that it's a construction project. They've got one permit from Permits and Plan Review, giving them permission to remove one street tree, London Lane, which they have done. There's a gentleman here who is extremely concerned. They have removed 2 other trees and are in the process of removing a 3rd. But those trees are all on, I'm not sure what this street I'm on, the cross street is, but they're all on the library's property.
Is it Clinton and Cadman Plaza West?
No.
It's not the library's property, it's the city's property.
This is on Cadman Plaza West. I'm just south of Tillery. Hang on, let me walk out and see.
This is Clinton.
This is the street we're standing on is.
This is Clinton.
Okay, I'm on Clinton.
And then Clinton turns into Tillery, and you've got Cadman Plaza West on the other side.
Yeah. That's what my understanding as well.
City-owned property.
So, the gentleman here that is concerned gave me his card. This is from a agency called, or a group called Citizens Defending Libraries, is insisting that it is city-owned property, and which is correct. Okay, city right away, which that was my understanding as well. I just wanted to make sure that and touch base, before I said something. Okay, I just wanted to be clear because he has a video camera in my face and he's been recording me the entire time I've been here, so just want to make sure that I'm saying the right thing. Okay. Oh, I won't be. No, he's not, but okay. Yep, thanks, bye. So I was correct in what I was telling you. Their permit is valid for the tree that they removed over on Cabin Plaza West. And while I understand that the library is city property, that the Parks Department strictly has jurisdiction over street trees and parks. Mm-hmm. So the city property, yes, but that doesn't give the Parks Department jurisdiction over the property that is not ours. Which means that I have no, basically you would need to contact the library, I don't know, the borough president's office. I'm not an expert in that.
Well, you were sent over by the borough president's office.
It sounds like they incorrectly sent it to us. Again, parks jurisdiction is specifically what's within the city right-of-way, so that's street trees and actual parks, park-owned land.
Right.
So,
and you don't consider Truth Park part of your park?
It's library property, so no, unfortunately, it's not part of the park. So, from the park's perspective, they have done the right thing. They do.
So they don't have a permit. They don't have a permit from anyone showing that they have the ability to take down the trees.
I'm not sure that that's required, but again, I work for the Parks Department. I don't work for the library. I don't work for. So all I have authority to tell you is that they do have a permit.
All you have authority to tell me is that you don't have authority.
Essentially, yes.
Except
with
for
the tree
one
they
tree
removed on Cabin Plaza West, they did the right thing as far as the Parks Department, and they do have a permit to remove that tree.
And they don't have permits for removing the rest of the trees.
They don't.
But you don't know. You don't know.
Wouldn't be required from my office.
But you don't have authority.
Right.
So we shouldn't. So waiting for you is. Borough president sent over the wrong people.
It sounds that way, but
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to pretend to know the inner workings of the borough president's office, sir.
All right.
I know that wasn't the answer you wanted, but have a good day.
No, they need a permit and they don't have one. President's office. I've been checking. Doing it without a permit. Yeah. Developer is pretending he owns the property and the police bought it.
They're not controlling the particulates. Where do you live? Tiffany between Kane and McGraw and there. They've been banging on my building all day with a backhoe. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. And I live stream them out the window. Yeah. And of course they're already making a bunker city to do it. And their slaves. Right.
Another tragic loss of democracy. Our public libraries being sold off, turned into luxury condos, stick a tiny library in the basement. Call it democracy.
I like the back of this fellow's helmet. It says "Stupid kills." That's why we try and keep our libraries open.
Yep, that's why we need libraries. Big ones, not just tiny ones.
So the Donnell Library, first major plunder of a library. This is modeled on what they did to Donnell, with the same people in the background. Donnell Library. On one side of the transaction, Stephen Schwartzman. On the other side, Jared Kushner. Stephen Schwartzman was sitting next to Trump the other day when Trump announced that he was going to deregulate Wall Street and the financial industry. And he was, did all this, Schwartzman is my guy type stuff during the announcement. Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law. So we got the same people in the background on this transaction, modeled after it, conceived at the same time.
It's a good thing you're documenting it.
Yep. And you're saying that you asked them to show you the permits to allow them to chop these trees down, and they would not produce a permit.
They don't have permits. They told the police that the developer owns the property and it's private property, and the police bought it.
Yeah, you can walk by.
But we don't believe the developer owns this property yet. It's city-owned property.
Let us know when you're on.
We're on.
Save our libraries! It's a goddamn shame they're wolfing all over us little people. They don't give a damn about the books or our future health and economic futures or the children that need to go to the libraries. Oh no, they just want real estate and build.
Save our libraries. 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 Save our libraries.
This is another sad and tragic example of what greed and inequality is doing to our democracy. We have a large library that is being sold off, trees are being destroyed, and it's going to be replaced with a luxury tower and a much, much smaller library. This is where greed and inequality has gotten us, that our public treasures, our sacred public spaces, are being sold off and shrunk one by one.
Majestic trees that have lived in peace and harmony in our neighborhood, giving us beauty and fresh air, are gone in a half an hour. They chop them down. Only God can make a tree, but now it's dust to dust. And it takes real estate people with no love in their heart for the people themselves. They're just going to build monstrosities of building one after another.
Stephen Levin and Brad Lambert.
And Yanis Rodriguez. Oh, the new criminal.
Trees have to come down.
Yeah.
But when they don't have to come down, it's really awful.
Yeah, Brooklyn Heights Bluff. So don't worry about the trees. They're going to be moved safely to another location.
I'm not a fan of birds, but the silver lining is
story. The borough president sent over someone from the Parks Department who took hours to get here. And when he got here, he said, well, we don't have jurisdiction for this city-owned property.
Right, because I guess it's not parks. I mean, it should have really
It's not a designated park.
Should have been disciplined. It's too late, but hopefully, I mean, if nothing else, they get a big summons. Although, unfortunately, I live right over here, so I'm going to see this building going up. And now I used to love these streets when they were snow covered.
You know, it would cost tens of thousands to replace these trees.
30, 40, 50 years for them to grow.
And then you know about the developer's carelessness and, piling all the trash on the roof that blew off in the windstorm.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. I didn't hear about that.
He
had stuff up there.
Yeah, he put a bunch of lightweight trash unsecured.
And blew away that Monday when we had that 70 mile an hour wind.
Metal shards, and then it blew all around the roof, because you could see it from above, swirled around the roof and then blew off the roof.
Were any cars damaged or anything? I guess no one was injured, hopefully.
No reports of injuries, and I don't know that any cars were damaged, but it made the news and the local newspapers. And, the library isn't even supposed to be closed yet, because the developer weren't supposed to close it until the developer bought it. Dr. Blasio.
Yeah. Sure, it's one of his buddies or some Israel. Between National and this.
And then Inwood has just been announced. So we're fighting up there about the sale of that library. And
your Universal Library is not Brooklyn or New York, any libraries at all, I guess.
all of the libraries in the city. So this is a business library, one of the few main places people went for jobs and everything.
Yeah.
We're eliminating it. At the same time, we're going to be eliminating Sybil, which is another place where people went for jobs, a business library. But it's also a science library. They're going to get rid of the science library entirely.
My beautiful view.
Seeing the trees covered with snow. And
yep. Actually, I probably have a bunch of photos of that, so I'll send those as well. All right, well.